Let me get your reaction, to the Fed. I mean, it's odd to, I guess, ask somebody from the crypto world about the Fed, kind of, except for this is kind of the master of fiat currency, right? And he didn't drive Bitcoin down even as gold dropped.
Yeah, well, Bitcoin has taken a little bit of a beating prior to that. So, news is not even affecting it anymore. But kidding aside, it's very important what the Fed is doing. Bitcoin is not denying it has profited handsomely off the loose monetary policy. Right now it's hovering within a range, and I don't think that this should have too much of a sway over where crypto is trading right now.
Yeah, I mean, we should note some of the kind of lack of logic in what's happening with gold. Antony, obviously, if we're going to get real yield anywhere else because monetary policy changes, you could see people shifting out of assets with no yield. But we haven't seen any response in anything yielding yet. So there may be a slight overreaction or pre-reaction, I guess. Has the case for Bitcoin changed in your view at all? What do you think is the key driver to own Bitcoin right here?
Well, fundamentally, we still are in an inflationary environment. I know the Fed told us it's all transitory and what we all are feeling in real life isn't real at all. But I can tell you from my experience every day, I feel inflation creeping up. Just in London, something that 10 years ago costed £20, my lunch, my monthly special lunch that I had back then, now it costs £46. So I do feel the inflation. But with regards to Bitcoin, we have something that math is very fond of as a chartist. The DEF crossing that is giving some bearish sentiments, the 50-day moving average crossing with the 200 moving average. But quite frankly, I think we are in the range for a different reason. It is the taking out of the leverage of the system. So I see us trending within the 30 to the 40 range. And depending on how we react on that, we'll see, again, a pickup. Hopefully that was the worst is now behind us.
And when you see, you got the very high ultimate target for Bitcoin, what is the catalyst that drives it out of that range and up towards, 100,000 if possible?
Well, a couple of factors. First off, now that, the leveraged accounts have blown up, there's basically no leverage in the system. So it could build up again. And this obviously pumps up the price. I think institutional adoption is coming. Obviously slower than some of us had hoped. And last but not least, we now have entire countries accepting Bitcoin and adopting it as legal tender, which I am quite excited about.
Do you see other countries following that, Antony? I mean, after El Salvador did it, do you think we're going to see other people jumping on the bandwagon, other leaders?
Well, not immediately. El Salvador is a small country and it has some little bit of troubles here and there. And it was a great PR move. 20% of their economy comes through remittances. So for them, that makes sense. I see some of the Latin countries following up sooner rather than later. Is the US going to follow suit? I doubt that. But Matt, as a person who lived off only on Bitcoin for 2 weeks, imagine how much more enjoyable it would have been if you could pay for your mojito on Bitcoin Beach without trouble at all.
But Antony, can we agree that one of the weaknesses in the Bitcoin story is if it were to be adopted by a currency by a real country of real size, it has limited capacity to be useful. Not only will it be 100,000, it'll go to 1 million if the U.S. adopted it and it became widely circulated or wanted to be. Doesn't that argue for other cryptos in favor of Bitcoin to be the real adopted digital currency?
Not at all. Bitcoin is the #1 currency and is going to maintain that position for a while. I'm super excited about Ether, but what this, Amanda, calls for is companies like Nexo, where you don't sell your crypto to buy for your mojito or whatever. You just take out a loan against your appreciating asset, and the whole deal finances itself. And that's why we're here to help everybody out there out with this particular offering.
Do you see Nexo moving further into DeFi?
Yes, we are doing that precisely as we speak. We just had, like last week, a governance vote whereby the Nexo token holders could have their say in certain aspects of the business and how we go forward, how we adopt and change to the needs of our customers. This is very huge and very popular into DeFi. And obviously some decentralization is going to benefit different aspects on the lending business, eliminating even further the need for trusted third parties. So it's definitely in that direction, but being the bridge between traditional finances and the brave new world of crypto, you still need companies as Nexo being centralized because of the inherent and on-ramps to fiat currencies, which go through the traditional system.